Hi and welcome to my channel Grammar with Mustafa Khatak. Today's video is about types of clauses. At the end of this video, you will be able to define what is a clause, understand two main types of clauses, independent clauses, and you will also be able to know the different types of dependent clauses like noun clause, adjective clause, which is also called relative clause, and adverb clause. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video and define what is a clause. So, let's begin with the definition of a clause. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a predicate. The subject can be a noun, name, or a pronoun like he, she, it, and the predicate can be a verb or a verb phrase. Look at the first example. Who has a beautiful voice? Now, here you can see that who as a subject and has a beautiful voice as a predicate. Has is acting is a linking verb. But in the second part, song at a concert, this is not a clause because it doesn't have a subject and doesn't have a verb. Song is a noun and at a concert is a prepositional phrase. The whole unit is acting is a phrase, not as a clause. Before I explain the types of clauses, you need to remember one very important point that all sentences are made up of clauses. All sentences are clauses. Now, let's jump into the types of clauses. There are two main types of clauses, independent clauses and dependent clauses. An independent clause is the one that can stand alone as a sentence. It expresses a complete thought. For example, he likes music. Here you can see that he is a subject, likes is a verb, and the whole unit, he likes music, expresses a complete thought. However, in dependent clauses, the sentence is incomplete. A dependent clause cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. Why? Because it doesn't express a complete thought. It needs an independent clause to form a complete sentence. Look at this example. Because he likes music, although it has a subject, he, and a verb likes, but the sentence doesn't give a complete thought. So it is a dependent clause because it needs something for completion. It is incomplete. Dependent clauses are further divided into three main types. The first one is a noun clause, the second is adjective clause, which is also called a relative clause, and the third one is adverb clause. Let's look at each one in detail. The first type of dependent clause is noun clause. As the name suggests, a noun clause acts as a noun in the sentence. It can act as a subject, object, or a complement. Look at the first example. What she said was surprising. Here, the noun clause, what she said, is acting as a subject. In the second example, I don't know where he went. Here, where he went is acting as an object of the sentence. In the third example, the fact that he passed is amazing. Here, the noun clause that he passed is acting as a complement. The next type of clauses are called adjective clauses, also known as relative clauses. As we know that an adjective is a word that describes or qualifies a noun or a pronoun. Similarly, an adjective clause describes a noun or a pronoun. Usually, an adjective clause will start with the word who, whom, whose, which, or that. Look at this example. The book that I borrowed was interesting. Which book? That I borrowed. Here, the adjective clause that I borrowed is defining the book. Look at the second sentence. She is the girl who won the competition. Which girl? The girl who won the competition. Here, the adjective clause who won the competition is telling us more about the girl. It gives more information or it describes the girl. Which girl? Who won the competition. So, here, who won the competition is an adjective clause defining the girl. The next type of clauses are adverb clauses. Adverb clauses function as an adverb. What is an adverb? We know that adverb is a word that modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Similarly, an adverb clause also modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. It usually answers the question like when, where, why, how, or under what conditions. Usually, an adverb clause starts with the subordinating conjunction like because, although, since, if, when, while, or unless. Look at the first example. I stayed home because it was raining. Here, because it was raining is an adverb clause and it gives the reason, it answers the question why. Look at the second example. She left before the show ended. Here, the adverb clause before the show ended, it tells us about the time. It answers the question when. In the third sentence, if you work hard, you will succeed. Here, the adverb clause, if you work hard, gives us the condition. Under which condition will you succeed? If you work hard. So, an adverb clause qualifies or modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. Now, before I conclude, let me go over the main points again. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a predicate. The second point to remember is that all sentences are made up of clauses. There are two main types of clauses, dependent clauses and independent clauses. An independent clause can stand alone as a sentence, while dependent clauses they need an independent clause for completion. There are three main types of dependent clauses, noun clauses, adjective clauses, which are also called relative clauses, and adverb clauses. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. I hope everything was clear. If you think this lesson was helpful, please press the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening. Wish you good luck and success. Bye bye.